Alana.
I have so many mixed feelings right now. I mean, mostly those feelings are tired because it's 6 in the morning, but we've had such an adventure and it's almost over.
We have had a massive adventure. For those that don't know, if you look at Alana, she looks great. If you look at me, it looks like I got punched in the face by a bunch of school children with piñata sticks. That's what they did to me. We have been on the road for a solid 3 weeks. Solid 3 weeks.
It's true. It's true. It's not even one of those like 3 work weeks.
And like, we're not faking this. Like 3 weeks on the road in Big Green. And we've had some crazy adventures. Like, started in Michigan, went from Grand Rapids to Lansing to Rockford, Tennessee to Memphis, Tennessee. Where we go after Memphis?
Amarillo, and you knew that you just didn't want to have to try and say it.
I hate that word. Then we went to Albuquerque.
Yeah.
And then we went to
Kingman.
That was great. You already have watched that episode, but go back and watch it again because that was such a cool place because we went to Oatman, right?
Yeah. Go the Route 66.
Out of Kingman to Oatman to California because we lived there.
We visited SEMA and Diamond Bar, and then we visited AFR, learned how heads are made on the other side of town in Ventura.
Yep.
And now we're down in Huntington Beach.
Where we just went to Classic Industries to spruce up the interior of Big Green.
So we got these door panels.
Door panels and a nice floor and everything else, which looks super, super. And now we are on to our final stop of Donut Derelicts in Huntington Beach, California. Well,
you can go on a road trip, and that's an important thing. And you can do a bunch of improvements to your car, but at some point you got to show it off, right? And there's no better place to show off your car than like one of these early morning car meets. Personally, I am waiting for like sort of mid-afternoon car meet.
I'm thinking like 11 to 2, right?
Won't
Maybe some
someone
bacon.
think of us old people?
Seriously, this is obscene. I mean, we're awake.
Yeah, well, speak for yourself.
We're doing it. The cool part is we're going to Donut Derelicts. We've got a bunch of friends that are going to meet us there. People have been following this online, which is a really, really great experience. The fact that everybody has come along on this journey and like they followed us through breakdowns and upgrades and everything else.
Sent us helpful messages about where to eat and pictures of their own Suburbans.
Yeah, it's been an absolute hoot. We saw some pretty amazing spots that I don't think either one of us has ever been. Met a bunch of people that neither one of us thought we'd ever meet. And it's all because of this big green box that we're driving.
Well, I learned a lot. Like, I learned a lot of tech stuff too, you know? I mean,
God, yeah.
I feel like pretty confident that I could do most of the installs that we watched get done. Maybe not the transmission. That one was, there was some fabrication involved in that one. But the EFI was really straightforward. I was really impressed with how that went together. Nice. Even the air conditioning, like.
Yeah, and that's the other part. Like, I gotta throw this out to the sponsors for this. Everybody kind of stepped up to help us make this journey possible, and they did it in such a fashion that we showed up at their facility, we invaded their time, their workshop, their space, and they really kind of put this truck together to get us about 3,500 miles. And it's just been a bitchin' adventure. And like I said, this is the last morning on our way to get donuts. It's early, but I think we should be here, right? Oh snap, we are here.
Oh,
okay.
Wow, that's a lot of cars.
There's a lot of cars, so we're rolling in right now. See, all these folks that woke up at crack of dawn early to just come out and celebrate the cars that they have and everything, and that's just an amazing thing. That's everything. There are Corvettes, there are box Chevys, there are 50s and 60s.
Oh, there's 2 late 40s Plymouths.
There's some rides. There's some money here. Let me tell you that, man.
Ooh, listen to that.
Yeah, you know what that doesn't sound like? Big Green.
Not yet.
I just revved it up by accident. Everybody's like, what is that? Making this owner of the bug very nervous.
Yeah. I will tell you the thing I hate the most about car shows.
Yeah?
I hate backing up into a parking spot while somebody's watching me.
I know. All right, we're in.
All right, woo!
All right, people, we're going to walk. We'll see you later. So we're at Donuts Derelicts down in Huntington Beach, and like you can obviously hear the noise. This is probably the best way to cap off a 3,500 mile road trip that we just did in Big Green over there. Dude, this thing is rad, man. This thing is rad. I really like this. How long you had it?
2 years. This is a 91.
Oh, is it really? Yeah, dude, they're starting to come back with a vengeance. And trying to find one that's clean is next to impossible.
This one was pretty beat up.
Yeah. Did you have to do a lot of body work, any rust or anything like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, all of the above.
Okay.
It had mold, it had on it.
Knocked it out of the park. This is awesome. I love it.
Appreciate it.
I love it. These vans, you never see them like this anymore, and you never see them this well done. And this is such a part of like, not only California car culture, but car culture in general from like late 60s up until the early 80s. So when you see something like, it just brings back a whole bunch of memories from when I was a kid. I used to see these things running around Brooklyn and stuff. And just the way it's done with the Kragers, it's rad.
So Anthony, I think that this used to be your car.
Is that your way of telling me that it's both ours now?
Oh no, I'm not planning on sharing it.
Okay.
This is great. And I feel like these 4th gen Camaros have been really sort of passed over and now maybe are starting to come into their own.
I think so. I think a lot of guys like me like ripped the motor and transmissions out of these things, threw them in muscle cars and forgot that this was actually a better car than the muscle cars we were. This is an 02, this is the last year. So the guy before me did subframe connectors, he put a bunch of LS7 bits on it, so it's got like LS7 intake and throttle body, LS7 clutch. It's like Legos, right?
Yeah.
So everything that happened from 1998 until now will like just kind of bolt onto this thing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I think we're really going to see people getting more into this
hope so.
generation. I think you did a good job.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you giving it to me.
I appreciate you.
This is rad. This is like 95, 96 Tahoe. You just don't see them this clean. This one slammed Impala SS rims, didn't go crazy. It's got sidewall, side exit exhaust. These are the ones that I grew up with like when I was in high school. And to see one lowered, but done so tastefully with like the roll pan in the back and the spoiler in the front, it's just on point, man. You don't see cars like this that often. So when I see one, I get all excited. I'm just like, oh man, now I gotta go save up more money. I have to buy something like this. My wife's gonna get mad at me again.
I think that this is like one of the coolest looking like engine setups that you can get, like cross rim 426. 2 carburetors, definitely gets worse fuel mileage than we're getting in Big Green. And then that's the 426 wedge motor, not to be confused with the Hemi engine. It's more like a 440.
This started at 5 a.m. and it's still packed. The fact that people are willing to wake up this early in the morning, you know, and bring out stuff like this, and then go and then start their day, that's a kind of a testament to the hobby. This has been a great show. This is the best way to cap off a road trip, man. If you haven't done it, you need to come to Donut Derelicts and see this show because it's pretty amazing.
So putting small block Chevys in Jaguars is not that uncommon. There were a lot of years where people were doing those swaps, but this is a big block. Yow. Hi.
There's a lot of rad stuff here, man.
Oh, this is good.
I mean, full-size Ford,
I gotta
big
say,
block.
This whole like stock air cleaner thing though is making me a little nostalgic for our stock air cleaner.
It's okay because we still have it.
Can we put it on top of the EFI? It'll fit.
It'll fit.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we could like totally have it look stock if we wanted to.
Yeah.
Did you see the huge Chrysler that was over there? Big blue New Yorker.
No.
Oh man, it was good, and I was like, Mike needs this car. See, I think Mike should get one of these, a big New Yorker. It would suit him. For a long time, like, people only really liked the muscle cars, you know, like the mid-size cars and the pony cars from the 60s. But I think that the full-size cars have always been underappreciated. So like this, like a Chrysler New Yorker, look at it, it's huge. Like, you don't need an SUV, all you need is a C-body. I'm still walking and talking, the car isn't done yet. Right there. It's a New Yorker. Like, how did I never think of
Just
that
like
before?
me.
You have to have a New Yorker. Oh, look at this van. Dude, this guy is like out big greening us.
I was digging on this, and the cool part is this has a pop-up.
So like true overlanding style.
Yeah, this is done right.
All right, don't pee your pants when this thing starts.
Yeah.
So this show has been great because it supports something that I have been thinking for a long time, which is that there's no like only American cars or only cars up to a certain year.
No.
Like there was all sorts of stuff here. 90s, 2000s, there was like a fairly new Viper, there was like a Cadillac CTSV.
Oh, yeah.
And like everybody's looking at each other's stuff and just like really into it.
You smell it. It still smells like gasoline. Still smells like, I don't know, a Saturday morning should smell.
Yeah, I mean, it smells a little too early for a Saturday morning in my book, but this was worth it. I would consider getting up this early again
Oh, yeah.
to come back.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to bring one of my cars down here.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, look, a big green bomb.
Yeah, the big, awesome Suburban. That thing is rad. I bet whoever was driving this big green 81 Suburban had a heck of a time.
Yeah. We made it.
We made it, and
We
I've
did.
got donuts.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Are they little ones or full size? Oh, the little ones. This works.
Oh man, I haven't been to a car show in so long, and they're so fun.
I mean, I don't know if there was a better way to cap this off. I really don't. 3,400 miles, amazing car show, donuts, good coffee, people everywhere.
And it was a good car show too. I mean, there were a lot of cars, and it was like a crazy variety. There was all this engine swap stuff.
Oh, yeah.
There was like a big block Jaguar and 914.
914 with a small block in there, yeah.
Yeah, and then of course there were some beautiful stock cars and some race cars.
That's really the best part about it, right? Is seeing the different people and the different cars and what people kind of gravitate to, what they build. You know, and then you talk to them a little bit and you hear the stories.
Coming here and talking to people, and especially people who've been following us on our trip,
It's the best.
it made me realize just how lucky we were to get to do it, and
God, yeah.
how inspiring it was to everybody else. I mean, people were coming up to me and saying like, "Yeah, we're following you. We really like the stuff that you were doing. I'm going to do some improvements to my car." So it was like we were able to sort of share. It was like we'd never met before, but
It was a
felt like
bonding
we were
moment.
friends.
It's a bonding moment. So what do we do next?
Well,
Because Big Green's going to be sold for charity.
I hope it brings a ton of money, and I hope it brings a lot of joy to the next person who gets it.
Yeah, I think it will. But so
That means we need a new car and a new road trip.
we do. Well, so what do we do now? Do we just say goodbye?
We go home, man.
We go home? All right, well, we got one more thing to do. I'm going to give you this. You can brand it. All right.
Down at Derelicts, Huntington Beach.
Let me hop off. Well, you got to hop off too, because I got to roll the window up. All right. I need to do a big shout out to all our sponsors out there, because honestly, we wouldn't have been able to do this trip without their help. Blacktop Yacht Club, who kept us outfitted in some really bitchin' clothing and streetwear. We've got Classic Industries for interior, Old Air products for air conditioning, AFR heads, comp cams, Edelbrock, Silver Sport transmissions. We've got Chlor Automotive that gave us some of the most bitchin' on-the-road equipment, battery chargers and floodlights and things like that we've used throughout the trip. We've also got Covercraft. They made the world's biggest car cover for the world's biggest vehicle, and it kept Big Green safe for us. So to all of you, thank you so much for pitching in. Thank you so much for making this happen. We'll be calling you soon, because we'll be doing this again.
If you like what you see, please hit that big red button below and subscribe, and thank you for watching.